Okay. So, not bombshell news, but some breaking news that just dropped today. Um, RCR is dropping Hemrick completely from their program at the end of the season. So, in 9 more races, he would be no more in this race team. Because one, he's terrible. Two, he's never won a race in NASCAR, in trucks or Xfinity or like anything at all. But yet he got pushed up to the Cup Series for God knows what reason. So, but people are like in a backlash, like of course bringing up Austin Dillon and Ty Dillon, like why don't they just let those two go and this and that? Oh yeah, because they're the grandkids and they get special treatment. I'm like, dude, people just shut the hell up. Who gives a shit if they're the grandkids? They both worked their way up to this series by winning races, championships, and whatnot. Don't be butthurt just because you can't do it yourself. I'm just saying this because I have Austin's stats right here, and people say RCR has a terrible cup program, but Austin has won twice once in the 500 and the Coke 600. So where does that scream they're terrible? They are capable of running up front and being competitive. So I'm from his rookie year on down. I'm gonna talk about his stats a little bit. So in 2014, he started in Cup. That was his rookie season. He had a top 5 and 4 top 10s and 1 pole. That's decent for a rookie. So the next year, again, 1 top 5 and 5 top 10s. Again, decent. 2016, he improved with 4 top 5s and 13 top 10s. So that is really good. 2017 is when he broke out and got his first win at Charlotte and the 600. So 3 top 5s and 4 top 10s. Last year, again, another win in the 500, 2 top 5s and 8 top 10s. This year, he may not have a top 5, but he still has top 10 finishes, and yet you people act like he hasn't done shit in this equipment when he gets a lot more out of his equipment than most people do. And like with Ty Dillon, he is in okayish equipment, but he gets more out of that equipment than most people would have too. Like he's with Germain Racing, like it's an affiliate with RCR, so like he gets only so much out of his car that he can. People are like acting like he's terrible and this and that. And I'm like, no, both Dillon brothers are extremely talented. You're just butthurt because you're not in the Cup Series like they are. They worked their way up. So there's that. Hamrick is gone after this season. Bye bye. Bye bye, Mr. Untalented. So next person up who would be a logical choice to go into the Cup Series after this year in the Xfinity Series, who is the current reigning champion of the Xfinity Series, is Tyler Reddick. He is the next in line at RCR in the Xfinity Series to move up in this program. So I wouldn't be surprised by sometime at the end of this year, or end of the season, I should say, that they sign Tyler Reddick into like either the 8 car or put him in the 13 car and move Ty Dillon into the 8 car. So plenty of things can be done here. Like Ty can go to the 8 car and Reddick could go to the 13 and just build from there. So I think that's the ideal situation here. Hi. Watching my nephew right now. Anyway, I did go to Vegas this past weekend to see the Cup race. Saturday, drove up there with my dad. We walked the strip. just enjoyed a great weekend. It wasn't really that hot. People thought it was going to be extremely hot, but Sunday we got like a blessing in disguise where we got some cloud cover. It went as blistering hot, but it was still warm out. I had to change it to a tank top, so I bought a tank top, not this one, but another one. They had a cool zone. If you've been to Vegas, they have this cool zone with like the Ferris wheel and all these games out. Um, I'm right here. Hi. And so it was pretty fun. They had like a big like screen up, so we'll watch football to kill some time before the race started and all that fun stuff. So um, the race was good. It wasn't like over the top amazing, but it was good. Of course, it doesn't go without Chase having a little bit of contact with his car. It's a little bit this and that, but he battled. At times he had a fast car, and it's like he had a short run speed, but not the long run. And people act like he had the speed to win, and this not my people. He had a top 5 car, not a winning car. I know that for a fact because I was there, and I was listening to his radio the entire time. So, like the last like 20 or so laps, he had the fastest car on track, but in that amount of time, he wouldn't be able to get up to the leader. So he settled for a top 5 finish, which is great to start off the playoffs because the last 3 times he's been to Vegas, he's wrecked out or had some kind of issue. And his best finish there is 3rd, so it's his second best finish, which is 4th. Eventually, we'll get a win there. Eventually. But Hendrick as a whole actually ran pretty well. Jimmie Johnson was just outside the top 10. Newman got the 10th spot, but Johnson finished 11th. Bowman did really well. He came from like mid-pack or on back to the top 10, finished 6th. Byron finished 7th. So that was a strong run for both of them. Byron led some laps. Chase led laps. Hendrick as a whole looked prime that night. Even though a stupid Toyota won, overall it was a good race. Busch had problems. He's still a big baby. His brother wrecked out with some tire problems. Most of the Toyotas had some issues except for Truex. So, yeah. And like early on, it looked like Ford was the dominant one, like with Harvick and Logano and this and that. But then Toyota started showing up, and then some of the Chevys started to show up. It's like everyone was showing speed at different times of the day or the night, whatever you want to say. So as the point standing starts as now, Chase went up 1 spot to 6th. Byron moved up 4 spots to 9th, and Bowman's at 11th right now, which is good. So Truex is at the top right now, and Busch dropped down to 4th. So the point standing is right there, and anything can go at this point. So all my drivers did pretty well that night. So like Blaney had a good night. He finished in the top 5, finished 5th behind Chase. Again, Chase finished 4th, Byron 7th, and Bowman 6th. Jimmy finished 11th, which is good. Austin Dillon finished 12th, so most of my drivers did pretty well that day. I'm not gonna complain about a top 5 finish because it was really, really good. We move on to Richmond, which is a hit and miss track for my drivers. So I gotta go because my nephew is fussing because he can't see me. Hi. So I'll talk a little bit more about this when a baby's not crying.